Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be teaching you guys how to do sigma bonds, pi bonds, and hybridization and chemical bonding, right? Okay. So, basically, sigma bonds, we use, sigma bonds, the symbol for sigma bonds is this. It's kind of like a cursive O, like that, right? And pi bonds is just a pi symbol, right? So first we're going to get into sigma and pi bonds, right? So let's take, for example, FCN. So let's count the number of sigma bonds we have in here. Sigma bonds. In order to find sigma bonds, we just look for the amount of single bonds, right? So over here we have, there's one single bond over here, and wait, that's not, we just kind of look for the number of different elements or something, right? So we have one element over here that's connecting to this one, and another one that's connecting to nitrogen. So we have one connection to fluorine and one connection to nitrogen. So this will be 2 sigma bonds. Now for pi bonds, we look for the double and triple bonds, right? We know that this is a triple bond, so we completely ignore this part and we just look for a triple bond, right? So we first take out the single bond, right? So this single bond is bye-bye, and double and triple bonds build upon single bonds. So this single bond is bye-bye. Now we have 2 bonds over here. So we could confidently say that there's 2 pi bonds. Let's do another example. Let's do how many sigma bonds and how many pi bonds are in this one, right? Sigma bonds. Let's look for the connections, okay? We have nitrogen connecting to this, and to this, okay. So that's 3 connections, meaning that there's 3 sigma bonds. Why is this not undoing? Okay, there's 3 sigma bonds. Do you see any double and triple bonds? No, I did not see any, which means there is 0 pi bonds. 0. There is no pi bonds. Now, what about let me find one. Oh yes, let's do this one. This one should be carbon, and then okay. So let's look for connections. Okay, carbon is connecting to oxygen, and so is connecting to this oxygen. 1 and 2. There is 2 sigma bonds. Now let's look for the pi bonds. Okay, first let's get rid of all the single bonds. Bye single. Oh, okay. Bye single. Now that the single bonds are gone, what white lines do we have left? We have this white line and this white line. So there's 2 pi bonds. Yay, see, that was so easy. I low-key love sigma bonds and pi bonds. Now, hybridization is a little bit different, okay? It's actually pretty easy once you get the concept of it, okay? So I'm not going to really be teaching you guys a complicated way of how to do hybridization, because there's a much easier way to doing it, right? So hybridization is basically just like SPD blah 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 SPDP, you know, it's SPDF, etc., right? Okay, so let's first look for S, right? Which this is the S orbital. If we're looking for the S orbital, right? Look. So we start off with this connection, S, and then this connection, which is P. So the hybridization for this one would be SP. That's easy, right? It's really similar to sigma bonds, to be honest. Now let's do methane. Let's look for the, okay, I guess this erase is a little too big. Let's look for this hybridization, okay? So we have S, P, so that's basically P1, but if it's just SP, we don't put the SP1, right? So SP1, P2, and then P3. So this hybridization would be SP3. Oh, I love this. Okay. Let's do another one. Actually, let's do something a little bit different, okay? let's do something a little bit harder because I love to challenge you guys. Mwah ha 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 ha. Mwah ha 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 ha. Okay, so let's look for connections. S, P, P1, P2, P3. But no, it's not sp4 because that's not a thing. It just goes up to the third p orbital. And then we go to D. D. D2. D3. And then that one should be like the F or something. But let's not get the F right now. Let's just pretend it stops at D3, right? So this one would be S, P3, D3. Alright, let's just pretend it stops there, right? Okay. Because I didn't really learn F yet, so I don't know. I'm just a high school student trying to make it through. Alright, let's find the hybridization, sigma bonds, and pi bonds for this one. Sigma bonds, yay! This is my favorite. Let's look for connections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, we're just counting like the number of like single things we have over here, like number of single lines. We have 5 single lines. And let's look for pi bonds. But there's no double and triple bonds. Okay, so there's 0 pi's. Thank you all for tuning in to come see this video. I'm really happy you guys did because I'm just really happy. Who texted me? Hold on, I had to check this text message.